I am conscious of what we are up against. In many respects, the situation is so serious that even now we may well be underreacting. The horror show in Washington is mesmerizing. We have to remember that in 2020, we get the chance to change the channel.
2020 presidential candidate Pete Buttigieg speaking at a human rights campaign event last night. He didn't just take shots at the Trump administration. He also made headlines for calling out Democrats for playing identity politics. Let's bring in Bishop Garrison, co-founder of the Joseph Rainey Center for Public Policy, also Republican strategist Brian Darling, founder and president of Liberty Government Affairs. To both of you, let's jump in this morning, starting with you, Bishop. Is that a risky road for Buttigieg to go down?
Well, first and foremost, happy Mother's Day to my own wife, and to you as well, to my own wife, Candace Marie, back at home, and to my mom and sister watching as well, and to all the mothers out there. I don't think that this is necessarily a dangerous road, to be quite honest. What I do think is that as we see across the board that these Democratic candidates are beginning to show the nation and the world that they are strong leaders, and they're taking the opportunity to really differentiate themselves from one another and providing these different types of ideas on how we should move this country forward, because that's ultimately what the voters want to see. That's what the voters want to hear.
Well, we see Elizabeth Warren, Brian, another notable moment there. She made a stop in rural West Virginia, bringing her proposal for the opioid crisis to the epicenters of addiction here. You've got Politico, who reported this headline: Trump backers applaud Warren in the heart of MAGA country. The liberal firebrand draws nods, even a few cheers on a trip through rural West Virginia. So has she zeroed in on an issue that can attract bipartisan support?
Yes, again, I'm going to have to wish a happy Mother's Day to my mom and my wife and to you. But when you look at Senator Warren and what she's doing, I think it's very smart. She's run a very issues-based campaign. She's trying to differentiate herself from the other candidates running, and I think that is smart. And she's gone right into Trump country, and she's bashing Big Pharma, the pharmaceutical companies, blaming them for the opioid crisis, and it's playing well with many Trump voters. But ultimately, she's pivoted so far to the left, I don't think her as a general election candidate will have much of a chance, because she's just too far to the left. She's part of the new democratic socialism that's poisoning the Democratic Party.
Bishop, your response to that, because I can see...
Counterpoint.
Yeah.
My biggest thing with Senator Warren and with all the candidates, but in this particular case, Senator Warren, is that she's putting together true policy. She's putting forth new ideas that really resonate with people. We're talking about West Virginia. She went into the heart of Trump country and provided ideas that really resonated with these individuals. What they want is leadership. They're tired of attacks. They're tired of nicknames. We've been terrible about ensuring that everyone knows the latest nickname that Trump might give a candidate. But what about the latest policies that these individuals want to hear from? What about his ideas on health care, on taxes, on the environment? This is why she did so well in this area, because she actually is creating policies that people care to hear about.
All right, let's move on and talk about Joe Biden here. You at the Washington Post explored why many former Obama aides are holding off on endorsing Joe Biden for now. They're writing, many speak of their continued hunger for a new generation of leadership and a fresh face who can transcend political divisions. They're worrying about siding with a lifelong Washington fixture, and they are eager for someone like Obama who can bring new voters to the polls. So between Biden and all the other Democrats, do they really not see somebody who fits the bill when it comes to that, Brian?
Well, I think Democrats have a tough decision to make. They have there's a significant part of the party that wants new leadership. They are gravitating towards democratic socialism, and they're actually campaigning against Obamacare because they want Medicare for all. And you've got Joe Biden, who's definitely the front runner. And I think maybe some Democrats have concerns that they don't want to coronate another candidate and have another Hillary Clinton situation where they coronate the wrong candidate. And I think many of them are just frankly sitting on the sidelines, seeing if any of the other candidates, up-and-comers like Elizabeth Warren, like Kamala Harris, start to get some fire behind them, get some excitement, and become an alternative to Joe Biden, because nobody wants to endorse this early.
Right. All right. Bishop, I want to ask you about Stacey Abrams and those comments from her. She ruled out a 2020 Senate bid recently. Here's more of what she had to say.
I've talked about my dreams publicly, and I've been discouraged for doing so. That I wanted to be the governor of Georgia, that one day I intend to be the president of the United States, and that in between, my responsibility is to do the work to make those things real.
All right, Bishop, I intend to be president of the United States. How do you read into that?
That she has political aspirations. I don't have any issues with that. Of course, she eventually intends to run for president, but that says nothing of 2020 right now. I think Stacey Abrams, like many of the other individuals watching 2020, want new leadership and is very excited about that. And she absolutely has the political acumen and policy ability to be a candidate for the presidency, but that doesn't mean she means it right now. She's just simply not going to close the door on anything, nor should she. She's a professional that really is hungry for new leadership, and she may be the change that we seek, to be quite honest. But this particular line just shows that she is going to continue her political career with strength, as she should.
We'll see where she ends up. Bishop Garrison, Brian Darlington, both of you, thank you. And thank you for the Mother's Day shout out that I so presumptively assumed was for me. Take care.